This'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his sunset? Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I... Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to know. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely...
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes...
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I sure... Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my...
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more of...
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his cart. In return...
That's oddly nice.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Then let's return to the city.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right...
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are...
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste...
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is...
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize for...
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So... You say that you're trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way...
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like... But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case... Oh, like a past life or something? Yes, something far more distant than the past.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like? Oh, okay. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my... If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no... But I'll be able to handle it. Please.
Is truth something you care a lot?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and... Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history.
In terms of the outcome alone.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to...
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy. He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom...
Yes, it's all true. I can even show...
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental...
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this...
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face...
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on...
Oh, good point. Given your,
Understood.
Thank you.
Time to get down to business.
I have high hopes for this journey.
This looks like Ina's...
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your... These memories will show you the raw truth. But
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your...
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your...
All right.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your...
Is that because this is kind of like...
You could say that, in a sense.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The crystal marrow miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? Not a scratch.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatara.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events,
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
This is where you were born? It's pretty.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager he kept coughing all the time, just like me.
you can't.
Yup, we're family now. This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. You could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Overruled. I miscalculated. This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the...
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your
Save your breath. I know.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible. And don't...
Surely you're not worried about...
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never failed to find...
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash must... Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing... Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to...
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come.
Yes. Please don't...
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
This body belongs to us.
The wind knows.
Time to shine!
This is where
One with nature.
overruled.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god...
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible, in the event that a successful connection is established.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to...
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they...
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your...
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the big...
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes.
In your eyes, are there any differences?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins, no matter the consequences. I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is...
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. Are you sure you want to do...
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just... But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaim... I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
It's...
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright? No way! Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why... this won't be the end!
Balladeer?
Die. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions? Insignificant past! Too slow. Feeble human! The wind rises. At my command, you shall fall. Behold. My endless cycle. Sworn fury. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to...
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to...
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me, but don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing...
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This...
Come on. Let's continue this out.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Ballad...
It feels like we just went on a really long...
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking... After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui. And they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will...
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't...
But that doesn't mean your own past...
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see changing the world, changing the past, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the balladeer is removed from existence, the world—
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little and—
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world— Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over— But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my—
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me use— Oh right, I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up—
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the—
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leak. Some things in this world can never be brought back. And everything that you feel is real and lasting. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose—
But humans can't live without a heart, can they?
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future—
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even—
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't—
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname!
Why?
Because...
Then I hope we don't—
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name—
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious—
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Oh, all right.
There. Now you—
What about a nickname? Are you done yet? Take your time. I don't need to see you again. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer—
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, even though the events have been erased from the world...
I see.
Huh? But...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how... No, not... Alright. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire...
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that... So we can finally go eat?
Thank you both. I hope you will
I've got it! I can end my novel with some work.
You mean because everyone else in the story is...
Yeah! I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their... Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that pride, all these expressions of joy, melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds. That life is a story too long to be told.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, good! Huh? Look at that vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something?
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would...
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim when a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat...
Who are you?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing? Anyway, that face feels wrong just leaving it there.